cloud is a tool, just like any technology is really a tool. Now, the real power is the people that are either facilitating the tool, creating the tool, or using the tool in a new and innovative way that somebody else didn't think about.
What it does is it allows you to take time and energy and focus away from problems that have already been solved, like how to build and run a data center in an excellent way, or how to design basic technology that you need to do data science or machine learning or run a contact center.
It does come back to why build something internally if you already have somebody that's refined it and that's their specialty.
Right.
Why would you try and recreate it?
We're operating under the premise that everybody has finite resources. And so the question becomes, where are you going to focus those resources? Are you going to focus those on something that some other organization has already figured out and has deep expertise in and is offering it to you cheaper than you would ever be able to do it and probably at a higher quality than you would ever be able to do it?
Yeah.
So there's that compelling reason, but then there's also the reason of the opportunity cost of focusing your valuable resources, which are people.
Yep.
If we're being honest, like people are the ones that make all these things happen. Businesses or organizations are powered by people. And so the question becomes, how do you use that very valuable resource that you have, that your people? How are you using that? Are you using that to reinvent the wheel over and over again? And if you are, then how are you going to compete with others who aren't using their people that way? And they're using their people to actually focus on, how do I deliver the most value to my customers?
And that's a fundamental shift from a lot of the prior attitudes.
What it really always comes down to, and I love the 5 whys, you dig deep enough and then you get to the truth. And sometimes you dig so deep that there's absolutely nothing there. Like in this case, because the real reason, whether they know it or not, is because I'm scared of changing the way we do things. I'm used to doing it this way, and this way's different, and I don't understand it. Therefore, I'm scared of it.
Yep.
Because if someone said, well, I don't want to use the cloud because I have less control, I would say, yeah, you actually have more control. You have far more control. I mean, just speaking for myself, having built data centers in the early part of my career, operated them and depended on them later in my career, I never felt like I had control over what goes on in there. Moving to the cloud, like it was the first time ever I felt like I had any degree of control. I mean, even the most simple things like knowing what's out there.
Right.
If I had to say, how many servers do you manage? My answer is like, it depends on who you ask, right? Nobody knows the answer to this. We can go in the data center and try to count them all. So DC Ops will have their number, but they're counting ones that are not even plugged in, or they're powered on, they got blinking lights, but they're not being used.
Yeah.
So that's not an accurate answer. And then you ask the infrastructure team and they have what's in their spreadsheets, right? Mm-hmm. They're missing some, and they might have extra ones in there that were decommissioned. That's never up to date. So you might have like 5 or 6 different sources of truth, none of which agree with each other.
Exactly.
And then you go to the cloud, and then it's like, I can give you a definitive answer. I could tell you exactly how many servers you have. I could tell you exactly how much each one is costing you. I could tell you exactly when each one was powered on and who powered them on. I could tell you exactly how much storage you're using. I could tell you if it's the right storage class or the wrong storage class. So the control, I would say, is the transparency or visibility or observability and control are some of the biggest benefits to being in the cloud.
That stuff now is at the click of a button, whereas in the data center, it might be 15 different views. Now, all those people are now commoditized just to tell you something, and they're not doing what you could have them doing, which is innovating for the next future. You working on something that's actually meaningful for the company versus just monitoring a bunch of things that are running.
If you're looking at how much value is each employee actually delivering to our customers, the answer will be higher if you're leveraging things like the cloud.
Yeah.
Things like, a tire company for your fleet.
Yeah.
What we call the undifferentiated heavy lifting.
Exactly.
Things that require a lot of effort that don't differentiate your business. Your customers won't know the difference.
Right.
So why spend that effort on that?